What are you waiting for? Do it!
Searching massive online databases instantly. Searching your PC's local 500 GB hard drive. Update and shut down. Update and restart. Update and restart. 8 GB RAM in 2005. 8 GB RAM in 2015. 8 GB RAM in 2025. 8 GB RAM in 2026. I just sneezed one of those sneezes that stink up a 1 meter radius around you in an elevator with 4 people. Me as a kid wanting to be an artist when I grow up. Me as an adult watching the entertainment industry destroy itself. POV, you are witnessing the Cloudflare server technicians perform yet another update. It sends half the world into the dark ages for another 10 minutes. Trade offer, I receive all your RAMs, SSDs and GPUs. You receive expensive prices and AI generated slop. AI data centers. Buying more games during Steam sale. Building a substantial Steam library. Play the same game I always play. Play the same game I always play. Every toddler as soon as their parents say it's time for bed. I need water. Not a dinosaur. Not a dinosaur. Also not a dinosaur but nice try. Dinosaur. Dinosaur. In you there are 3 dragons. Bat, bat, bat. I don't talk to people a lot. I'm feeling confident I'll start a convo with this person and try to be funny. Shut the F up, you're annoying. Never again. Me from 2025 remembering when I was hating on my Android from 2018 for having just 8 GB RAM. Perhaps I treated you too harshly. The 2010s. Spotify Wrapped. My listening age. This is the worst movie I have ever seen. The worst so far. Only but it's elderly women teaching you how to sew knit can food quilt and some solid recipes. Only grands. Here is my ultimate weight loss plan. Whenever I take a right choice in life I get myself a sweet treat. It has been 187 days now without sweets. It has been 187 days now without sweets. Interviewer, how long did you work during your last job? Man, 30 years. Interviewer, what's your age? Man, 20 years. Interviewer, you are 20 and have 30 years experience. How's that possible? Man, overtime. When you're about to sneeze but you gotta concentrate to make it happen. Why they would have to do him like a Vecna victim. I get in a time machine. I go back to find 14-year-old me. He's anxious to be an adult. We greet each other. I tell him I'm him from the future. He says cool. He asks how cool is it being an adult. I tell him I just bought a $65 trash can and I'm excited about it. He cries. I hug him. Franchises, a bunch of new entries like spin-offs that continue the story. The fans who dropped it 10 years ago, the first few entries. Your ex-robot could be hacked and programmed to chill you. How's that different from a real girlfriend? Thank you Apple Watch for the loud environment notification when I was coughing up a lung. I now know the flu is bad for my health. If you remember the Walmart fisheye, your knees now pop when you stand up. I love that the entire economy is just different types of scams now. Parents, we'll stay for the kids. It's better for them. What the kids actually want. Divorce incoming. Dentist, do you or drink coffee? Me, I drink it. Dentist. You don't need to check your Spotify Wrapped, you were the most played this year. Pissed kids, I ate that clown. It's safe to come down now. Social media filters, real life. Nobody, teenager on Stranger Things 5. The FBI wants to steal my pen, can I hide it inside you? Men can be sorted into 2 camps, the ones who get haircuts way before they need them and the ones who wait until people in their lives are complaining. Weekend plans, because it costs $300 every time you walk out that damn door. Zoomers and Gen Alpha deciding to add cook to everything, chef. When I stop arguing and just say you're right. Saturn's ring is the second largest ring in the solar system. The largest of course is the Hollywood ped ring. Quit dropping those stupid A codes on Facebook. Everyone's cracking up at you. Ditched as a pup raised by the streets. Came out a goddamn wolf. Nobody, my cat. When you're laughing at a joke, then think about life and start laughing harder. When I try to convince myself to stop overthinking by overthinking, I'm a victim of my own success. Imagine dating someone who has to wait for payday. She said imagine dating someone who is employed. When you see old photos of yourself, oh honey no, what were you thinking? When she googles it and you're still right. You are somewhat at fault for everything to be censored on the internet. Bad parents. Me, stop staring at me while I eat. My dog, stop taking pictures of me while I sleep. The dude that gets paid six figures to change HBO to HBO Max to HBO every year is currently sitting at his desk scribbling and crossing out words like Netflix and Maxflix. Year 1200 BC, other humans, Morgan Freeman. So I'm supposed to chase you so I can pay your bills, yeah okay. People complaining about how 2026 is less than 1 month away and time is just flying by. Me being unable to process that December 1st was 4 days ago. Why are humans the only creatures that drink milk as adults? Well, it's easy for you. You have supermarkets and stuff. Hey Mary, can I like some milk from your bobbies? F off per, you see. He drove for almost 3 hours because I didn't have anyone to hang out with. Get married. He's such a good friend. Netflix, Hollywood. Parents today, my kid won't stay off his iPad, me when I was a kid. Who the F decided to call it emotional baggage and not grief case? When I'm cheating but their answer looks like they didn't study either. They grow up so fast. F a 2 weeks notice, you should have noticed 2 weeks ago I was about to quit. The Japanese busy with their usual infighting during the 16th century, the Portuguese introducing them to matchlock firearms, cannons and new shipbuilding techniques in 1543. Get some rare things on sale, stranger. I have got 50 minutes to make it look like I have been flossing for the last 6 months. Me, I'm single because God has someone special for me. God. Ever since I learned about the concept of networking, I knew I was going to have to do everything alone and do it the hard way. Progress, 1990s, hey, what's up, 2000s. Today, calls turned off, hey, what's up. Women hating on women, in love proposing to her love, me trying to figure out the reason of hate. Christmas Coca-Cola ads pre-2024. Christmas Coca-Cola ads post-2024. I'm trying your best. God, I hope not, but yeah, probably. This post just kicked me in my teeth. At the gym I said subscription instead of membership and the girl replied with lol, this isn't a pharmacy. B, that's a prescription, we are both stupid. It's simple, Spanish or vanish. Not a big fan of your chicken nuggets. Not a big fan of your existence. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Me using Duolingo at Wendy's in fear of Seth. They're the same picture. A content creator you used to watch is becoming popular again. They have been exposed as a ped. This woman eats for 3 hours online and earns $9,000 a month. Me who eats 24/7. Where money? People who complained about EVs overloading the power grid, seeing headlines about AI data centers using more electricity than California. Failed painter, now dictator, fraudulent paranormal investigator. Will Smith realizing that he will never be able to eat spaghetti without thinking about AI ever again. When mom gets home and you didn't defrost the meat. Reuse one of the 2198 alarms you have saved on your phone. Make a new one. Press the clutch, release it slowly and accelerate. Car turns off. Government after their soldiers burn down a village and commit atrocities to women and children. Yeah, I refuse to take responsibility for that. I'm not like other girls, she said, golden skin shimmering in the summer soon, and she wasn't. She was a rotisserie chicken that I bought, took outside and performed a small skit within the parking lot before eating in my car while sobbing loudly. Your alarm is set for 3 hours and 27 minutes from now. You know what? Let the kids believe in Santa. I believed Undertaker and Kane were brothers. Finally have X. Put in under a minute. It's not that big of a deal, King. However, now that you have had X, you are no longer welcome here. Conservatives, the government is inefficient and badly run. So you're going to vote for competent people to make it better, right? Right. Yeah, she's good looking, I guess. Not really my type. I like a bigger wingspan. There we go. Page 236. Look at the plumage on that one. Sweet Jesus. I tried to scroll past this. Netflix acquired Warner Bros. Realizing HBO comes with it. If Vecna could do it, so could you. Humans saw this and decided grades determine your life. When you told yourself you'll be more positive, but life keeps trying you. When you move to just the right position and you can breathe with your whole lung. How all the actors and actresses in Wicked be looking. The older we get, the more we understand this guy. 40. Oh no, I'm getting old. Plastic surgery. Ah, that's better. Biggest indicator of US decline. You could buy 6 Big Macs with 1 hour of minimum wage in 1980, but today you can't even buy one despite minimum wage more than doubling. Permission to call the jury, chat your honor. I once watched a YouTube video of a guy reviewing a scotch while his girlfriend packed Hershey and left him in the background. Who this? We were looking for Jonathan regarding a potential job interview. Thank you. I don't think I want a new year this time around. I want a gently used year like a 2015 or maybe in 1998 if it's in good shape. I don't know. You let your dog sleep in your bed and on the couch. Yeah bro, and I would let him borrow my car too if he needed it. Plastic surgeons after naming those jobs rhinoplasty. I'll start the project early this time. I still have a week, plenty of time. I work better under pressure anyways. Why am I failing my class? Me after doing practically no work at all and just wasting time for an hour. Break time. Me waiting for my computer to start after clicking update and restart. The earth is burning. Nothing is affordable. AI is taking my future. This is effed. Dads be like. This is how my cat sees himself in the morning before I give him food. In 7th grade I went to see a movie with a boy, and in the middle of it, he was like, "Do you wanna kiss?" and I was like, "Excuse me," and he pulled a bag of Hershey's Kisses out of his coat. Do you realize what a good backup plan that is? Me, has food, my dog that's normally wild as F. I study, I take the test, I pass it, I forget what I learned. Opens LinkedIn to check for new jobs, sees I'm excited to announce that post. When I had surgery I assumed that when they were giving me aesthetic that they would count down from 10 like you see on the telly, but instead a check nurse just looked down at me and said goodbye and I was gone. I laugh every time I think about it. Unfortunately he taught his apprentice everything he knew, then his apprentice chilled him in his sleep. What kind of loser chills someone in his sleep? He probably was too weak to beat him fairly. Enemy's rifle flawlessly dumping mag after mag during the fight. The same rifle when you pick it up 5 seconds later. Babe, come upstairs with me, I'll luck your D. Me, puts something down and looks away for 5 seconds. The thing. How it started, how it ended. You cheated on me, Automan, give me back my dog. Adulthood is arrogantly deleting and then sadly downloading Tinder and Uber Eats over and over and over. You're a piece of shit and I can prove it mathematically. Mom forgets the keys inside the house. Me at 8 years old. 8-year-old. Do you have a favorite kid? Me. That would be like you having a favorite parent. 8. It's mom. The future we were promised. The future we got. 3 Labubu's doing the 6-7 at a McDonald's drive-thru. Friend, I was in the top 0.1% listeners of Arcade Fire last year. Me who was in the top 0.1% listeners to women this year. I ordered a chicken salad and look at this cheap rap. Some people hit the jackpot and still find something to complain about. When you realize you're getting socks again. Me trying to impress people by swapping the word heart with fart in every song I hear. Pads. When you're trying to think but there's a song just stuck in your head playing on loop the whole day. Kanye West says he regrets participating in life. Me too, but you ain't special. The awesome moment when these two finally decide to synchronize. People sharing their Spotify Wrapped. Me using YouTube to MP3. When I feel a random pain for 0.2 seconds. Guess I'll lie. Saving the game once. Saving the game multiple times just to be sure. When she says go talk to your other chicks but you lost all of them because of her. Them. Do you always avoid other people? My phone. I don't know if I trust this picture. Japanese game studio is making applicants draw in front of them during interviews to prove they don't use generative AI. When it's finals and I'm sitting next to the smartest kid in class, be my friend just for today. If you're reading this, your pizza is upside down, Australia excluded. The other side says it was a joke. When you keep your thoughts to yourself your entire life. Why the F they gotta use advanced words? How would anyone know what heterozil means? Just say straight. People really go on Twitter to brag about their 3rd grade reading level. There. I was writing alone at a bar and this guy comes up to me, stops at a respectful distance and says just wanted to check on a scale of 1 to 10 how open you are to talking to a drunk stranger. I'm waiting for friends but I can totally just leave you alone. A+ immaculate vibes. Not to alarm anyone, but is anybody else worried about how everybody is effing stupid? Hey Denji, I haven't showered since last year. Cat meows me, meows back. Cat meow 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 meow. Do you ever suddenly stop whatever you are doing and start looking at your hand, slowly moving your fingers, thinking damn, I truly am a living being and I'm such a weird collection of atoms? Cloudflare, I just want you all to enjoy more of nature. Me miserably failing to keep my life from falling apart. Doing actual work. Making sure the availability status stays green. This 8 beers 90s grunge songs and asking if I'm stripes or solids before every shot. Me after seeing my Spotify Wrap. Has anybody ever actually gotten salmonella from eating raw cookie dough, or are people just trying to stop me from living my life? Police officer distracts little girl as father lies in car accident. You see that orphanage over there? Me to myself. This is annoying. This conversation is annoying. This person is annoying. I hope I'm hiding it well. My face. The Karen haircut and the emo haircut are cousins. The geometry is too complicated to explain here, but cutting a sandwich diagonally gives you more sandwich. A test audience reacting to the chest burster scene in Alien 1979. The guy in bottom right is either a serial killer or works in IT. In light of recent RAM price issues, it seems we might have to resort to the tried and true method used by our ancestors. Download more RAM. Free, fast and instant. How does it feel when my bro and I rage bait each other?
Spare change.
spare change, ma'am?